Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sister Serve and Return. First of all, my name is Victoria. Thanks for being here. My family is going crazy today, and everything is really, really loud in here, so I had to do it this way. But you know what? I really don't know how to do it, so hopefully this works. Fun fact, I had no idea what I was going to say. I made no plans, so here I am just making faces and hoping that something seems to make sense once I decide to do it later, so I guess we'll see that. Check out the shirt, too. It's just a mess. The baby's been getting all over me today. But oh well, we have to record anyway. So today I'm going to be doing something with zucchini and some ground beef that expires today. I almost let it expire without knowing what to cook. Oops. So I had to say to myself, okay, I have meat and I have zucchini. What am I going to make with it? So let's roll the intro and find out. Let's go. Of course, I almost forgot. Don't forget your wine, okay? You simply can't cook without it. Okay, so this is everything we're going to use today, except later on you'll find out that I did forget some stuff, so you'll see when we get there. But we're going to start here. Wash our zucchinis, make them nice and clean. And I got this fancy new tool here that I'm going to try, and it did actually work, but it was just difficult because the bottom kept on trying to slide, and I had the thing angled wrong. Here we go. We'll put those back on the plate. Here we go. I got this baby from Aldi, of course, in the Aldi Finds, Aldi Stuff section, I call it. And it does work great. It's definitely user error, not product error. So look at how nice that looks. That's great. So once I had them all sliced up, I just gave them a little wash and let them drain over the sink. So you guys get nice and dried off. You stay right here. And then I got these garlics. Today I have 5. And I'm going to go ahead and start by adding my oil to my pan. It doesn't matter if you use olive oil or avocado oil. Just get that in there. Next, I'm going to add my roasted garlic and herb seasoning. I'm just going to do a little sprinkle in there. And I just wanted to mention, too, that I'm so sorry that this is taking me forever to make this recording. I usually edit my videos while my baby is being put to bed, and I realize I really can't talk while I'm putting the baby to bed. So yeah, we're just getting a lot in here. There we go. That's perfect. Now that's good. So anywho, it's difficult for me to get my baby to bed and talk at the same time because he gets distracted. As you guys remember from last time, my stove does not work. I have to light it. But here we are, just getting that cooked down a little bit in the oil, just rehydrating them essentially because it does have granulated garlic, so that gets rehydrated well in the oil. And I'm going to just put my spatula right here so that I can use it later. Next, we're going to do my diced tomatoes, but I do want to strain them first. So I'm going to just strain them and I'll let them rest there because I'm going to add them later. First, I'm going to do the beef though. And ta-da! Movie magic. All broken down. So just let that cook a little bit while we add seasonings. I'm going to do Italian seasoning first. There we go. While today we're talking, I do want to talk a little bit about some of my pet peeves. Yeah. One of them is I hate that I have to open up instead of sprinkle because it takes forever. But yeah, today we're going to talk about my pet peeves. Or, the stuff that just really grinds my gears. So we are going to chat about that a little bit. But first, I got to add a little bit of garlic powder, of course. And as always, just add whatever you want when it comes to my seasoning. So let's just see how much I add today. I don't know. But anyway, one of my biggest pet peeves is I hate it when people say, this is my infamous. Infamous is not the same as saying famous. So when people are like, oh, this is my infamous like egg salad or something, I'm like, why is it infamous? Did it make everyone have the runs? Did you serve it to a diabolical fiend? Like, why is it infamous? Because the word should be famous. Is it a famous meal? Do people enjoy it? Do they like it? Ugh. Anyway, let's get a sip of wine, guys. We've already been cooking long enough without another sip. So yeah, that's one of my pet peeves. I hate that. Today I'm actually drinking what's called the Evil Blue. It's from Ellicottville, and it's a blueberry flavored wine. But yeah, just going to do some more mixy here with seeing how dirty my stove is. So sorry about that. This is how it's looking so far with all my seasonings and everything in it. Okay, you stay right there and cook. We're gonna go start something over here now. Throw some butter in. I have about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons here. And of course, as I mentioned before, I have a broken stove. So here I am borrowing and not being able to figure out how to put on a cap to this other one, and it just spins freely. And I had to dial it backwards, but whatever. There you go. Next, I decided I'm just going to add a little bit of the sun-dried tomatoes to this too, because I had it in my fridge, so why not? So I'm going to use my gluten-free flour in my butter now. I'm kind of going to make a roux here. So just equal parts butter and flour, mixy all that together. I did ultimately add a little bit too much flour because it kept on looking a little too runny for me, but in the end it all worked out. So just ignore all my messes if you can, and then just ignore the fact that my technique is terrible and I added too much flour. But again, it's a mistake that I was able to correct by adding a little bit more liquid, so it was not a big deal. So it just goes to show you that you can't mess up a meal too much. Yeah, there it is all clumpy, but whatever. So I added a little bit of garlic and a little bit of pepper. But then I had to go back over to the beef and get that stirring. But while I do that, I do want to go over another grinds my gears issue that I wanted to bring up. So I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but do you ever get to a stop sign at the same time as someone else, and then you go to wave them on, and then they wave you on? Like, oh, hold on, I gotta pause. You texted me. Look, you texted me about what you made. Ooh, it looks so good. Anyway, so I did add the tomatoes. So there's that. Just gonna mix that in. But anyway, if I wave you on, if we both get somewhere and I wave you on, don't wave me on after I wave you on. That's dangerous. That's stupid. Dude, just go. Why do we have to be in this match where it's like, oh, who's going to be the kindest one? No, I'm waving you on because I want to get going. Let's go. Just move. Anyway, gotta go back there. So I have my roux sitting there. I'm gonna add my Fairlife milk now. I don't know how much I added. I probably added about a cup. Mixing that in, making sure everything is dissolved. Again, I made that roux too thick, so it took me a little bit to get that dissolved in the milk. But again, it ended up turning out fine. It thickened up perfectly and was beautifully tasting. So no worries there. But anyway, it just bothers me. And even on another level, I'll have people who start waving me on before I even come to a full stop. It's like, dude, you've been there. You've been there waiting for me to get there. I'm not even done yet and you're waving me on. That pisses me off too, because it's like, dude, I still have to stop. So can you just go, and that way by the time I get there, I can go too? Don't wave me before I even get there. That's so stupid. I just need people to do better. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, I did decide to drain my beef and my tomatoes here. So here I am just kind of straining it just to make sure I get all that extra juice out, because I don't want it to make my final product too soggy. All right, and I'm just mixing my cream thingy here. I don't even know what to call it. It's not technically bechamel, but kind of, I guess. But just mixing that all together while that thickens up. So at this point, I probably have about maybe 3 cups of milk in there. And then some, oh goodness, gosh, the cinematography is terrible. But anyway, it got some clumps on the bottom. So I did have to try to break that up a little bit. And that was my own fault. So I did want to add a little bit more flavoring and salt to this. So I added some garlic salt. That was not open yet. Damn it. All right, there we go. It's open now. My goodness. And this is why my stove is such a mess, is because I just keep dropping things. I'm a messy cooker. All right, I added my beef back to my pan there. I'm making sure that this is all mixed in. And we're having a good old time just going back and forth. And yeah, look, this is thickening up pretty nicely. Again, I messed up a little bit, but we're going to try it. And guys, it was so good. That's spicy. Ugh. So my garlic was a little spicy today, but you know what? It's okay. It was still good. It was gonna be fine. Anyway, so now I'm adding some sauce. Yeah, and we're just gonna do a little mix into this. All right. While I'm mixing this, I'm gonna tell you a couple cute things that the kiddo did. Your nephew, Angelina, was super cute this week. He said so many adorable things that like I don't even think I'll be able to remember them all. But this one, oh, it broke my heart. Adding a little white pepper here, by the way, y'all. But first, I also got to talk about this cheese. We got to do this Parmesan Reggiano. So we're going to go ahead and get that grated and get that into our little cream sauce. So while I do that, anyway, if you guys don't know, I am a pharmacist. So all the time I tell my son that I am a doctor, which technically I am. I'm a doctor of pharmacy, but I tell him I'm a doctor who helps people with their medicine. So the other day I was telling him, hey, buddy, don't forget I work tomorrow. And he goes, Mommy. And I go, yeah, buddy. And he goes, I don't want you to be a doctor for other people. I only want you to be a doctor for me. Y'all, my heart broke. I'm like, baby, I have to help people. I love my job and I love you. Well, anyway, let me get this sprayed down. And I'm adding a little bit of sauce right from the can. And then a little bit of the white sauce. I'm going to mix that together to make a little creamy blush sauce here. And I probably could have just eaten this the way that was because that was so good. So definitely something I could do next time. Sorry again for the gold cinematography here, guys. So here's where I'm going to start layering. I'm going to just do some sauce and then the zucchini. After the zucchini, you're going to see me do the white sauce and then the meat. And then we're just going to layer it like that. So I'm just going to talk while you watch kind of my process here. So anyway, that was super adorable that he said that. And it broke my heart a little bit because, of course, I would love to just stay at home with him all the time. But I do love my job too. And it was just super sad. But it's really bothering me because there's something else he said this week that was so freaking funny. And I wish I could remember it. And watch, I'll remember it for my next video, hopefully. Again, you're just seeing me layer here. So on top of the zucchini, I'm going to layer this delicious white, creamy, garlicky, parmesan-y sauce that I made here. I could have just eaten that sauce the way it was. It was so good. But on top of that zucchini, it was just stellar. And again, we're just going to layer this up with the beef next. And then I'm going to do another layer of zucchini and then some more of the cream sauce. And we're just going to keep doing that until the end. But as I go and layer everything here, I do want to apologize to everyone. I have had a crazy 2 weeks and I have had a little bit of a mental block this last week and a half, 2 weeks here. So even though I had all of this recorded and I had trouble sitting down just to do the voiceover, just because it's just been a chaotic time for me. So I really appreciate everyone's patience. So actually, I forgot to mention this. On top of the beef, I did add a little bit of Parmesan cheese before I layered some more zucchini. And I'm really not being careful about this. I'm just throwing it right on. And I'll be honest, y'all, it didn't really turn out into a casserole or anything like that or lasagna. It didn't really stay together as a solid thing. It was still delicious. Oh, that was perfect there now. It was still delicious, but the thing is that I could have put this over top of pasta or with pasta after it was done cooking, or I could have put it on rice, I thought. So it really can do whatever you want to do. So I was really not careful at all. Let's just throw it all in there. It was not lasagna. It was not a casserole, y'all. It was just a slop. But you know what? It was delicious. Even the husband said, wow, this was actually really good, which is, that says something. I had a little bit leftover sauce in the can there, so I just sprinkled that on top. before I popped it in the oven. Did put some mozzarella cheese on it. So I didn't want to really put some foil on it. So I did the trick of putting a cookie sheet over top of it. This was it in the oven at 425 for maybe 15-20 minutes. I don't know. And then I put it in a little bit longer under broil. I was just basically waiting for all that boiling gooiness, and that is perfect. Oh, intrusive thoughts pop the bubble. Oh, I didn't pop. It's too hard. Oh well. But anyway, this is what it looked like when I was all said and done. It was delicious. I had to let it rest for about 15 to 20 minutes so it didn't scald me. So like I said here, you guys, it did not come out as a casserole or lasagna or anything. It was just a slop, but it was fine. Next time I'll probably just mix it with a little bit of pasta. Any pasta would be fine, and I would just do that. All right, it's time to try it. So let's do the first taste test of whatever the F I just made. Ooh, or actually more cheese. More cheese might actually be better, but it's okay.